welcome back to Earthly Hour, and we are on day 6, believe it or not. It's gone quick, hasn't it, on our rail trek, Secluded City. Got it right today, and we are going to start, like I said yesterday, with our light. You know what, I should go and get the mains. I'll make it, and then I'll go and get the little battery pack, and we can test how this looks, because it kind of looks interesting. So what they want you to do is take your bulb, cut it, separate it. Not sure why you would do that. Surely that would make it, especially with how it's going to go. Let me just check how it's going down. It's all going down together. I'm not doing that. Okay, so the first things first is we're going to put the bulb in the bead, which, where's the pesky hole, which is here. Now that's not going to fit in there. Let me see if I can drill it out more, I guess. I don't want to drill it out with that. Let me grab my tweezers, see if I can do it with tweezers. Because they do, it looks like they want it all the way in. If it goes in, it ain't coming out again. So they gave us a bead that's really not big enough for the job. Let me go and find a tool and I'll let you know what I use. Let me see if I doubt that my hook's going to do anything. Maybe. Don't think so. Let me find something. I haven't overly got anything that might work on this. Maybe these might push it open a little more. Doubt it. Huh, interesting. Why would they do that? Well, that's not a good start for today, is it? I don't want to break the bulb. It makes no difference whether I cut that in half or not. I can get it that it's just in, but not all the way in, and they definitely want it all the way in. Let me go get the mains pack and see if I poke it just a little bit, if that will work. Hold on. Okay. Pop this on. Otherwise I'm going to have to get a drastic measures, and nobody likes to see that. So white to red. What's the other one? That's white. There's only a tiny bit on this main spot. There's only a tiny bit of that wire showing outside of the like literally a tiny bit up here showing. Let's see if what it does. It shows quite a bit of bleed down here, but I think the bulb is pretty much in. No, it's not, but it does do the job, so maybe we'll just go with that. Only flashing because it's not good connection. Maybe we'll just have to go with that, because I don't see a way to get that in there if the bead is just not big enough. Let's push that to one side a second. I'll give it one more, see if I can get it in there, but I don't want to break it either. Otherwise I'm not sure what I could use to... Oh, it's pretty much stuck in there now. See, this is also incredibly loose, this thing. Huh. In reality so you could just take it off. And that's what we do. Alright, that's going to be as far in as I can get this thing, so let's make this case. I use the rest of this B7000. I have another one to hand. How about that? So first things first, when I can get this off, did I break a piece on here? I want to say I did. There's definitely a piece break, and I do remember why most of these pieces aren't rubbed out. It's because I don't tend to rub them down for this build. I'm not 100% sure why particularly, but I do not. And why does it feel I'm missing a piece? This is for later. Pretty certain I pulled this. Did I put it in the wrong pot? It's always possible. Huh. Maybe I didn't pull it. Let me go find it. Okay, it was sitting in the form like, haha, I escaped, and it's like, no, you didn't. So it doesn't say to do this, but first I am going to put it through. Yeah, this little hole. There's a hole there's 3 holes on this base, and I'm going to pop it through this one here. I think it's going to be more difficult to do once it's all put together. Difficult enough for me to do now, obviously. Doesn't have to be all the way down, just in. Quite a tight fit. Just because as soon as we get things in the way, we'll struggle a lot. Okay. Right, just so it's there. Although that is not going to sit straight, but hey. Then, for this, we are going to, doesn't overly matter which way we're at, which holes they go in, they're all the same. So, we're going to put some B7000 on here and here. Delicate little pieces. These wires are a bit in the way, you know. Plus, it seems to be a bit stormy. It's quite overcast. I even have to put lights on. Heaven forbid. Goes my solitude and quiet darkness. Almost in. This one is the one's in. There's the other one. So trying not to break it. Well, helps when I'm trying to put it actually in the hole. It's, oh look, I broke it. God damn it. Come here, friend. And this one's broke too. Right, now both of those are broke. I can get it in. And then this one goes over like, so I'm not going to worry too much about putting those back on actually. Oh. Okay, so I had to restart because my language was choice. And I try not to do that on channel, but it wasn't pretty, I have to say. So this whole thing is not working too well for me. It's just breaking everywhere. Okay. make the holes slightly bigger and glue them in, and then make this into a little bit of a patchwork. So let's start this one. And you probably don't need to see me do that, but I'm going to get them in there with the right direction, both of them, and then build up from there. What a nightmare. And I don't think it would have mattered whether I put that wire in first or afterwards, by the way. It's just that I'm too clumsy for delicate pieces like this. Annoyingly, by the way. Annoyingly. Alright, let me come back when I've mended it all. Okay, so I would suggest, one, don't do it with the wire. You will need the wire out later anyway. But I would suggest you make those holes at the bottom bigger, because that was, my friends, a nightmare. Now, it's obviously not that stable, so we have to be incredibly careful. This part needs cutting in half, or breaking in half, as it wanted to do anyway. You just give that a little sand, and that's going to go underneath it to hopefully join it a bit. I wonder if I could put those pieces in here first. Ooh, I reckon I could. So take this, and each one of them have 2 of these in. Let's see if I could do it with it off, and then put it all together. Gives the other piece a little bit more time to take as well, because it won't be fully took. Words. And the same with this one. So just make sure it is going to be a matching pair, because they will join underneath it. You know, don't get it on me. One thinks. Don't want to knock it. It's rather delicate. I did not realize, I mean, I should have realised after the first break. In reality, I should have realised that the hole was probably just too tight. If you want to save your, like I say, want to save yourself a world of hurt on that, because there are no spares. Definitely a downside. Okay, and then so this is going to go on there. It's all rather delicate. Delicate's not my middle name, obviously. And the other one. If I get a Stargazer at the end of this, it's probably pretty cool. Have it matching, just very crooked. Right, really crooked. Maybe I shouldn't use B7000 because I'm sticking to it more than I should be. Okay. this piece, which is why you can't put the light through first. I'm thinking, oh, no, now we need to put the light in. Da, 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 da. Getting it all wrong. The disastrous one. So you could have made it. You could have threaded it first, by the way. Like I say, just make your holes bigger. Wow. Abilities. Now these wires do have caps on the end. Mine are just, as in, a little bit more plastic on the end to protect the ends so they don't get damaged. But mine, I did take mine off testing, particularly on this one. Well, I did it on all of them, can't recall. Okay. Just pull them through. Put this in the middle. In which case you're going to need to bend this wire. Oh, never good. I don't like it. So it sticks in like so. And then, what were the main ones? This one and this one. I don't think mine's straight whatsoever, but we might have to go with that. It's very crooked. I knew this piece wasn't necessarily going to be easy, by the way. I mean, it just struck me as not going to be an easy thing, and I'm putting it on more pieces anyway. Not on these ones. There's a lot going on, guys. A lot going on. Broke that now. Okay. And put that piece in last. Good luck, guys. I'm sure you will do it wonderfully. Let me show you when I've had a moment. Okay. Love to say I went and grabbed some patience, but I don't know that that's the case. I am going with this part of the model is not for the faint-hearted, but it is almost done. This is definitely not stable. And then what we're going to do is, I think those holes, instead of me trying to put in what I was trying to put in, is meant for this. Now I'm just going to rest on top. Yes, you are. Okay, and then opposite one here and here will be these. I'm doing the smaller end to the top and the bigger end down there. I'm not 100% sure that that's what they want, but that's what they're having. The only saving grace that this piece might have, and why it hasn't gone in the trash, because it was tempting. One is that's really quite cute on the top, but that wasn't the reason. It's because it's got a light to it. It is, in my opinion, the saving grace. At this point, I'm not even that bothered how even this is. Maybe. That, my friends, can go to one side. And when it goes on the model, eventually, I might even throw it on there and not worry about it. We will move on to a plant. Let's do that. Okay. Alright, so we are just making a plant stand. So we have some shelves, they're all the same size. Doesn't matter which way, and I know I don't sand this down. I know I don't, because I only pulled these pieces last night. So we are going to start, and I don't think it would have made any difference to the hassle that I just had. I think it was just not a piece for me. Just ease these in. 1, 2, stomach's rumbling. Definitely shouldn't be rumbling yet. So if you hear gurgling, yeah, might be me. I thought I had it in there. Okay. And the same with this side. Just make sure they're both facing the same way. I know, obvious. Make sure you're trying to get them in the holes as well. Would be a good move. Wonder if it would have been easier if I'd done one step at a time on both sides. Possibly. I think I can get that one in. Not really. Let's just get them in a bit better position. Well, maybe it's not my day for doing this model. There's one in. It's also quite dark in here. Oh, okay. 2 in but came out the other side. I have it so bright in the summer, don't I, when that sun's out, but the sun has not got his hat on today. You're going to be singing it all day, you know you are. Okay, just top one to go. Almost there. Really almost there. Oh, that one came out again. Well, that middle one's a little bit stubborn. Okay, we have it. Today is not totally wasted. Right, what we are doing, as far as the plants go, we have quite a few very pretty ones and a pair of scissors. So on the bottom run, we are having, let's see, a pair of scissors this side. I think I found it easier before to put glue on the pieces. Right, so also crooked, considering it, you wouldn't have thought it could go too far wrong, really. Come on, scissors, don't be too keen. Need to allow for a plant to go there. And then we have the pink one. Is that this thing? Well, I think so. Didn't even realise that was a plant. After we said I was going to put it on the pieces. I have no idea what plant this is. I don't know. I'm not very good with my plants, to be honest with you. You probably found that out after seeing many videos. I'm glad I didn't actually put the plants on these before I made it, by the way. It just doesn't feel square. It's pretty square if I look at the lines underneath. Okay. Then we have, which one? This one. Probably put glue on the back of it too, keep it in position. Followed by, that one's at the end of here, we're following it by, which one? Don't think it's this one. That's on the top. This one's on the end. The yellow one's on the top. Those two are on the top. Try to see, like this. So I'm going to put some along the top of that shelf too. And it just fits on there. So got it like that. I'll show you a bit better in a sec. Okay. Little cacti first. Let's have you standing up, mate. You've been in a box a long time. You should be very happy to be out. And this one. And finally this one. Just move you all along. that's what we end up with, rather than you falling backwards. In fact, you know. Okay, something like so. This one's a little bit on the special side here. Not special, just wants to do its own thing, it's individual. Alright, okay, I'm going to put that to one side to dry. Wow, that is very crooked. And the one in the middle on the bottom. Did not notice how crooked that was. And that one too. Okay, let's pop those to one side. Doesn't even want to stay next to the globe. I don't blame it. Right, and we could turn the page. So that didn't take long at all. That was pretty quick in comparison. Next we have, I actually don't know, top of my head. I have to turn the page, get this glue together. Right, we have, let's see, a tool cabinet. How fun. Alrighty, so let's make the cabinet first. This one shouldn't take too long either. It's got quite a few bits and pieces, but nevertheless it shouldn't take that long. Let's put it together first. So let's start at the bottom, which is fun enough what they suggest. Okay, I'm using these runners on the inside, so they fit in easy, don't it? Is there any decoration on any of the sides? No, they're both plain. Both plain. Okay. Just checking the size. That goes on the top. These were the same, I think. Okay. I can't get there. Can't get my hands to work. Okay, and let me put the top on, which is this one. Which just goes in. How so do you go in? With that hole towards the back, which makes you think we are going to be putting another plant on, doesn't it? Just tap, 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 tap. When you use a new one of those, it often comes out quick in comparison. You're just so used to squeezing the thing. Okay, that's on. Then we are making so make sure that the holes, there's a bigger gap here, so you want to make sure that your holes are with a bigger gap towards the top. And again, we are going to put shelves in. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be the easier way or not, really. Than putting it in first. Might be easier to put it on the bench first. I don't know. Honestly, considering it's 11 o'clock in the morning, I can't see well at all. So you say, why don't you put the light on? Well, it kind of glares on the camera. And I'm not 100% sure it actually helps. And with the small side down, I'm going to put this in now. Goes towards the back. Has a hole in here. Not sure what for, because I don't think there's a light that goes on there. It's a bit worrying, isn't it? Oh. Other way around. You want the bigger gap towards the top. So something like so. Then we put this on. What am I doing? With the rounded side towards the front. I put glue on the top part. Silly woman. And then in the front of it goes this piece. Oh, that's what this hole is for. Okay. Maybe it was for a light for a second, but it is not. It may have been easier to have put this in first. There we go. This goes over it. Like so. It actually looks quite nice, doesn't it? Right, now to put some things on it. So first of all, on the front we have some posters. We have a newspaper thing down here, which looks different to mine, but it has one. So let's carry on with, actually I'm going to go back, I'm going to go to tacky because it's got it gives a bit more manoeuvrability. It doesn't start sticking things immediately, but it still works quite quick. Pop a bit of tacky over here, but we will need a fair bit of it. Get you out the way, B7000. Right, so I'm gonna start with not using quite that much. A little newspaper. Which then has on top of it a saw. Kind of cool, aren't they? I love these little tools actually. I am but strange, I know. And a pair of, I can't think what these are called, mole grips maybe? Is that what they are? With the handles to the back. Where do those scrolls go? I actually don't see where the scrolls go. Oof. Oh, I see, top shelf. And then also on the bottom we'll have these newspaper, not the bottom, up here. We'll go the 2 newspaper cuttings. Probably need more tacky. I'm going to put that, they want this one in first according to their picture. That's maybe something like so, followed by this one. Probably don't want it over that edge. They do have it at angles though. Something like so. And this one on top fits somewhat. Just like this stuck on. And this one's slightly the opposite direction. Followed by, what do we have? This plant goes up here, and the scrolls, 3 of them go on here too. They're going to poke through a fair chunk, aren't they? And well, why do we have 2 of these? Oh, I see. I see, this one goes over here in front of the posters. Yeah, you tell me. I don't know. Don't know what it is. In front of that poster, so we delicately put it there and it's not going to be seen whatsoever. Let me see if I can raise them up somewhat. Otherwise, what's the point? Okay, this goes on the shelf. I can do that from this direction. She says, oh, thinking that that will work. That's only just tall enough, guys. It's going to have to go on the front. That's too tall to go in that way. It's got a little spoke something coming up there and it just makes it just that tad too small to go in totally. Okay. Followed by a plant on this one. I guess we might as well do that from the front then as well. our screws. I imagine this is going to go against a wall, so I'm going to make sure that they are pushed through as much as I can and have the back flat. There you go, you can use the last of the tacky, mate. But I'd imagine that's where it will go against a wall, so my guess. Oh, come on. I have enough. I don't want to get the glue pot out just for this a tiny scroll. And it's a small one. I might have to. I have to get more glue. Okay, alrighty. Okay. You two go back in. You were fine. Yeah. Like so then. How long does it take to put scrolls on? They say about how many people does it take to put a light bulb on. This is how many minutes does it take just to put a scroll on. Okay, let's do it that way. One, I think I'm going to face these the opposite way. No, I've done it. I'm going to put you on across that way. It's going to end up sticking to wherever it sticks to, I think. Right, something like so. Actually looks alright, doesn't it? Other than the scrolls. Not happy with my scrolls, but it's okay. Right, let's pop that to one side. Next we are moving on to a couple of coat hangers. So let's get this out. I'm going to use some wood glue, I think, for this. So let's move our coats and a bag and a hat to one side. And these are quite straightforward, but we're making two. This time, because they are delicate pieces, I am making the holes. Just making sure that they are big enough, and then we glue them from the bottom. Or maybe I can even glue them before they go in. So you take these like so, and you have them pointing. So this to the back, like so, and these going upwards, like so. Doesn't look right. No, opposite. Of course it was. Still doesn't look right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's that way. Okay, we're okay. It was that way. Got to try and remember throughout this build to, if it's delicate pieces like this or the other one, the Stargazer, to go around those holes first. Wouldn't have saved the whole thing, but it might have saved some of it. Okay. Wasn't too bad, guys. Wasn't too bad. Then, how are we doing this? one has obviously the coat with the hats. So this one has the hat and this one has the bag. Obviously it still doesn't look right from my viewpoint, but I'm sure it's wonderful. So let's start with the bag. So they have them hooking on the bottom rail. And if you think of it, it's going to go in the wall like so. So we want the bag on this side, through this piece, so it hangs down, and this coat on here. It's quite a small hole. Make that bigger. But you don't break the piece. So something like so. Straighten that up, put that to one side. And do the same with this. So again, I'm going to just make this one slightly bigger. And I guess the hat one too. It's easier to glue it than try and mess with it so it doesn't go on right. This one's not in right. In which case I've taken all the glue off that I've just put on. And then we will call it a day at that. So again, hat on this side. Here. Boop. I think this one hooks up here, but it'll make more sense to be at the bottom. I can't get this one in at all. Okay. Okay, that one went in fine. This one's a bit touching where it wants to go. And then we will call that it, and I'll let you know what's to come. There we go, I've got the hat. Alright, let's see what we have done today. We try and struggle to get this lid on. And what we have coming up, I do have more pieces pulled. 2 more pieces, one of which is a bit crafty. But I think one needs to wait for a little bit more patience to come on in. Okay, so what have we made? We have made a wonderful Stargazer. I said to you I would test it. It is on. Let's see how it looks. Let's see. It's a bit difficult, tricky to wire as well, by the way. I'm sure with the wire nuts that I will use it'll be fine. And where's the other wire gone? There it is. So I have a cross thread, or not cross thread, cross circuit. Oh, what is that wording? Maybe it won't work now. It's not looking promising. Oof. Maybe my connection is just crap. Maybe I should get wire nuts out. See how this one's going today, don't we? Grey, there's grey, red and white. it may have broke. They may have managed to have broken it quite well. It's entirely possible. Because I don't think I can get much better a connection. Well, it's not looking like it's going to work for me. And I don't have enough patience. I might try and get wire nuts on it and have a look at it at a later date. Not today. So at the moment I'm just going to put it down to it doesn't work. In which case then I'm not so sure that I will even put it on the model. We will see. Right, what else have we done? Oh, I will show this. It would have been better to have shown it lit up, but if I get it lit up, maybe I can make the thumbnail with it lit up, and you will see that I did manage to do it. So this is what we have done for today there. So right, do please leave any comments you'd like, whatever they are. I can imagine how the comments are going to go for this. It was not my best, my finest day on making models, and I will always get back to you. Any constructive advice is very welcome, but yeah, thank you very much for subscribing, following along, and most of all, do take care of yourselves. Bye bye now.